Hey everybody, welcome back to the Fox Shop. And before we get started here, if you like what you see in this video, please give it a big old thumbs up. Comments go down below, hit that little subscribe button along with the notification bell. That way you always know when I upload a video. Say hi to Jesse. Stretch it out there, girl. Buddy, he's right here with me. Hey, bud. And today we're going to be working on the 1997.3 IDI diesel crew cab. Not exactly sure how much I'm going to get done on this today. I got the heater on if you catch a little bit of wind noise there, but I did get the cab corners in. They came rather quickly. Got them, it was either yesterday or the day before, and gonna get them going on here. Not exactly sure what this piece is for. It is bolted in, I think, to the rocker panel. I don't know if I can get that off or not, or chisel it off or something, but I'll get it off in one way or another. But I've just been kind of playing around with this. Just got back from the chiropractor not too long ago. My back has been killing me since harvest started. It goes from lower back around kind of to my hip bone, which really hurts, and then about halfway down my leg. I don't know if it's sciatica nerve or what that is, but went to the chiropractor and he pushed and twisted around on me, which actually felt really good. And then I went and got put on another table that kind of stretched me out. Felt pretty good when I left. Right now I feel about like I did, and he said I'm going to hurt worse tomorrow. I was supposed to go back in what's today? In 3 days, and see what's going on. But if that doesn't fix things, I don't know. I'll figure it out from there. So that's why I'm not exactly sure how much I'm going to be able to do today. Right now though, trying to get this battery out. I could not break that nut loose. I didn't want to try too hard. One, I didn't want to just break it or twist it off, or damage this part back in here. This battery still has just a tiny bit of a charge to it. No charger's been on this thing for months and months and months, and it's been sitting out there. The battery I gave away with the Bronco was actually this battery over here, which I thought was the bad battery, but it seemed to be holding a charge pretty well. So I asked myself, I said, self, do I have another car battery around here that I might be able to get into this truck, even if it doesn't hold a charge for a long time? And I thought, there's a little trailer out in the south shed over here. I made that thing back, I think it was when I was in 7th grade. I made that thing in shop class. It's rather crude, but it's been useful ever since. It has a water tank in it now with a little spray bar on the back, has a pump in it, and use it for spraying the yard for dandelions. And the way I run the pump is just off of a car battery. Just charge it up and it lasts plenty long to do the yard. So I thought I'd go check it out and see if that battery is still in there, and by golly it was. So I'm gonna go get that, so let's go do that. And if I sound a little bit funny or a little bit out of breath, it's because Jody and I both believe we're getting colds. You might hear every once in a while, and don't mean to do that on camera. I don't like it when that happens, but it happens. So a little bit, I don't really feel sick or anything, just a little bit of the sniffles and the cold going on. So we'll grab our trusty screwdriver here and we'll head over there and see if we can get that battery out of there. Come on, bud, let's go for a walk. Where's your other half? Jessie, here she comes. Come on, Jess. Rather chilly out right now. Also a little windy right here. The wind's out of the north, which is that direction, so I'm not going to be able to record walking over there, but let's head on over. So here we are out of the wind, and well, most of the wind. I'm sure you're still picking up a little bit. I'm using the older camera, which picks up a lot of wind noise. Old beehive up here. I've shown that before. Still there. Been dormant though for a couple of years. I never knew it was here. My daughter Jill did, but I didn't. But anyhow, this is a little old trailer that what are you barking at now? Always something. What? There's nothing there. Here's the trailer. There's the battery. I'm not exactly sure if I can show this on camera. I didn't bring a tripod or anything. I don't know if it still has a charge in it or not. I didn't bring I did not bring voltmeter or anything, but I think I can just lift this thing out of here or just set it up on there. So we'll just go ahead and loosen those up. I just have these holding a couple of wires on. Should be able to get that right off of there. That wire off. And the same over here. I thought these might be corroded and wouldn't want to cooperate, but I think that's plenty good right there. Get that sucker off of there. Maybe I got, there we go. Alright, got that done. Let's leave those there for when I need them. And gonna take this battery over. It's a Value Power, wherever that comes from Walmart, I guess. 650 cold cranking amps, 810 cranking amps at 32 degrees. So not a huge battery, but should serve the purpose for what I need. So let's head over. Let's head back over to the shop. All right, so I got the battery in the shop. I'm just gonna set that guy down. Set him down right there. Need to clean these terminals off a little bit. Also with that one, I don't know, see if this will loosen up. Alright, we got her broke loose. Get this off of here. Coming pretty easy now. Like I said, this battery still has a little tiny bit of a charge. Shouldn't have to loosen that up all the way. I got a screwdriver here. I was busting some of the corrosion off with that. See if we can spread these out just a smidge. I need a bigger screwdriver. Maybe I can wiggle it off of there. I kind of doubt it. As corroded as that thing was, let me try something. We'll use the persuader here. See if we can knock her sideways just to, Jesse wants in just a little bit. Let's see. Let's tap on it right here. Back the other way. I hate to booger the threads up. See if that does anything. Doubt it. I think I may need to work on that just a little bit. Well, to no prevail on the positive, I think I'll get her, but we'll see if we can get the negative off. If I can get my wrench on there, I may have to go this way. Of course, it's on there, so you can't get a wrench on it. Get a wrench on it, but yeah, maybe I can. Yeah, it's gonna come off, I think. Well, unless the whole thing, no, it turned. It turned. Come on, you little booger. Can't get anything on. Okay, turning a little bit hard. I'm gonna spray some stuff on here. Let's let that soak. Same over here. This is just a mess. Come on. We'll get it off of there one way or another. Right now, I'm gonna head back over to the old shop and get my battery charger. Okay, so back here in the old shop, got battery charger along with extension cord I had over here. Had this for when I was getting the Bronco going, and we'll take it over to the other shop. Okay, so back over in the other shop, got the battery charger. I think it's about time for a new battery charger. I bet I've had that thing for at least 20 years. I don't know, still works, but getting a little rusty. Anyhow, right now, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean up these battery posts just a little bit. I may need to get that down out of the way. Take this guy, that's the wrong size. Get him on there. Clean those posts up a little bit. Good enough. And this side takes the bigger end. Well, I thought it took the bigger end. Maybe it'll take that end too. Kinda, sorta. Not showing that very good. Probably don't really need to do this, but might as well. I think that's good enough for now. We'll hook the battery charger up to this guy and see what we got. Well, first I'm gonna get voltmeter out. My digital voltmeter's up in the house. Had a little issue with the dryer. Had to hook a new one up, and it's electric instead of gas. And anyway, long story there, but see if we have any charge on this. And again, I don't have my tripod set up. Let's see, how can I do this? That's the positive, so let's put that on negative, and I can hold that right on the voltmeter. See what we got. And we do have a little bit of a charge here, so. Well, I did get the battery out. That thing was stuck on there, that battery cable, but in the process, yeah, the whole post, I think it's time for a new battery. This isn't the right size battery for this truck anyway, and it's probably no good, so this one is shot. At least I have an old battery to turn in, I guess. We'll see how that battery is. I may just get another one like that. I don't know if this truck will start off with one battery or not, or maybe if I hooked one battery up along with the battery charger on the other side. I don't know. But anyway, back here on, where's my flashlight? I think it's over here somewhere. So anyway, the fuel lines on this, if you follow them, you got two that have tape on them that I taped up. There's one, sometimes this is too bright. There's one right here, and there's one right there. And they both go, this one, this top one here, you follow it along, goes right here on the front tank. This one here, follow it along, goes right here. The back fuel lines, if you follow them along, let's see, you got that one and that one. So these two, they come along, come in right there. Let's see, that one and that one, they come in and they go totally under that. So there's nothing connected there. So my thought is use the back tank and the darn thing should run, but I'm not sure if there's any fuel in the back tank. I may have to go get a can of diesel and see what's in there. Or maybe I can hook that one battery up and that'll be enough to show on the gauge if there's anything in there, but even with that, who knows for sure. Alrighty guys, it has been a couple of days. Right now it is, actually it's going on 1:45. I thought it was a little bit earlier than that. But I'm gonna get to work on the truck. And just got down here a little bit ago, cup of coffee. Yes, I have a beautiful pink coffee mug. Give me a break, all the other ones are dirty. But we are gonna get started on cab corners. Today what I plan on doing is, hopefully I'm gonna get this one at least cut out, the new one here trimmed up to fit, and get it tack welded in at least. It is a little bit time consuming. It's not horribly hard, but a little bit of time consuming. So we're gonna get going on that. One thing I really wanna do first, and I don't even know why, I wanna get this exhaust off of here. It's just, it's held on by wire underneath there, and there is a hanger right here, but it's barely held on. I'll probably just cut that off and get that out of here. Not really part of the cab corner process, just bothers me for some reason. So we're just gonna take our cutoff wheel, which this one's starting to get a little worn out, but I got more. And cut the front of this off. Might be good enough. There we go. And yes, I have a big hole in my pants. I'm wearing these jeans because they're no good, and if I get to welding, I don't want to burn a hole in a good pair of jeans. But I need to get some snips, get that wire off of there. Not sure how good you can see that, but I think I should be able to just do that and that. And there we go. Looks like they just wired that in through some holes in there. I'll mess with that in a little bit. And not entirely sure what the purpose of this was. I never looked at it real close. I thought there was a bolt head out here. It's more like a carriage bolt. So I managed to break that off. The bolt and everything broke off. Shouldn't be much holding that in there. I don't think I can just get it off with my hand though. So we're gonna use a little persuader here and see if we can pop that out of there. There we go. So the first thing I want to do on this, I want to get rid of this trim piece right there, and the reason for that is fitting up this new panel here. I want to be able to get it fit on there without that piece interfering. Not hard to do, just take a putty knife and a hammer and I'll show you how I remove those. But I was looking at this and I know I've talked about this before on this piece right here. Not sure if you can just buy this part, but it actually goes, it appears, behind the cab corner. And I thought maybe I had like this section of a rocker panel, but I don't think so. Yeah, there's foam right there. So I think that's going to have to be cut out. And not sure if I'm going to have to order this piece. I don't know, maybe I can patch it together somehow. But right now, let's get that off and see where we're at. We need to figure out how high up this rust goes where we need to cut the cab corner out. So like I said, this is not hard to get these off, especially if you're not wanting to keep them. And I don't know if I'll put them back on or not, but just take your putty knife, get in behind it, and tap that. Should just be held on with some double-sided tape. Just about off. Just like that. And you can see there's just double-sided tape on the back, which I think this was about shot. So a couple ways you can figure out how far the rust goes up. One, you can just take a screwdriver, and you can tell that's rotten. Actually feels pretty good up in there, although right in there not so good. So that's part of what the cab corner attaches to. Boy, it'd be nice if I didn't have to go up above this body line, but I think I'm going to have to. Other way you can do it, or the way I do it, is take your sanding disc. I'm afraid I'm going to hit my camera tripod with my hose here. Just take that. It looks like we've got good metal up in there. Maybe not. Let me finish kind of cleaning this up and see what we're looking at. Okay, well, I'll try to show you what's going on here. Really, I think up to this body line needs replaced. I think I may go up here and replace up farther. You can tell there's a seam. You can tell where the, that panel goes. It's right here. Then it comes down and fits down, which looks like over the rocker. Sometimes this light is too bright. Over the rocker panel. And then this piece goes on top of the rocker panel and up. I don't know. May be able to, depending on how totally rotted this is, might be able to fix this and see. But I was holding this panel up here. Let me put you on tripod. So I'll show you what I have going on here. Got this whole mess. This up in here looks great. And I'd like to be able to just find this piece that seems like it just overlays on top of here and replace this piece. I can't seem to find just that without buying the whole rocker, which the rockers are, they're $50 a piece. I need one for this side and the other side on the back. If they do make this piece, I'm not exactly sure what it's called. I just can't seem to locate it. Asked a buddy of mine that does body work if he happens to know. He figured they probably make that piece, but don't know. I do have a section of rocker. Where is that? I have a section of rocker right here for the right side. I've actually got two of these. This goes up. This actually goes up in the front. I don't have the back piece though, so I could patch in part of the rocker. It looks like the rocker also has a welded piece across the back, which I could make something up. But I don't have the part that goes up. And I also can't get the screws out to get this off. I'm gonna crawl underneath that and just put some vice grips on them and see if I can twist them loose and break them out of there or something, but I cannot turn them. They're in there just as solid as could be. So waiting on some answers. Not sure how far along I'm gonna get here. Half tempted to cut the cab corner out and maybe get a little better look underneath here. I don't know. But I'll bring you back in here in a second. I'm just trying to figure out what to do. Okay, well I did manage to get that screw out and that screw out. I took a screwdriver and then I pounded on it with a hammer, try to jar things a little bit. Seemed to work, got those out. I also sprayed everything with penetrating oil. Luckily, well, not so luckily, but this middle one, there's a little bit of floor rot right where that screw is. I think I'm just caught on carpet. But this should pull out of here. I might have a little chunk of metal on there too. I don't know. There we go. But yeah, there's a little tiny bit. Yeah, it's not horrible. That'll be easy to fix, but kind of a good deal that couldn't get that screw out, but got that out. I wanted to get those out, so I wanted to lift off this trim here. Let's see. I have to take that off too. Not sure. Yeah, I may have to loosen that up. Not sure what all holds it on. Probably some screws in here somewhere. I don't have very good lighting right here, but I'd like to get this weather stripping off, at least up to in here somewhere. So, and I think I hit, no, my lighting isn't any good. I think I had some camera issues there a second ago, and might not have got that on recording, but anyway, just cutting along here. And I said there's a piece back here that your cab corner is spot welded to. You don't want to cut through that, but I'm going to cut along here now and probably this little tiny piece in the front and see if we can get that off of there. There's also some spot welds underneath here, but this thing is so rusted out right there, it may just fall off. I don't know. I'll try not to hit the tripod here. Alright, I think I pretty well got that. Let's do that tape on there. See what we got holding on here. Still pretty solid. Well, it's still, well, that's just foam right there. And foam could be what's holding it as well. Yep. A lot of it. I don't know what, well, they probably put foam in these things for sound deadening, but also causes your cab corners to rust out. It almost feels wet. I'm just going to tear this off. Maybe. Yeah, look at that. I'm sure it's for sound deadening, but I mean, this is just, it almost feels wet. So we got most of it off. There's still some down here, and I can't see back in there. And as you can see, got a lot of it's just full of foam. I think what I need to do, this isn't good. I mean, the middle up in here is good, but it's not attached down here. I can probably cobble this together somehow. I think what I'm gonna have to do is probably get new rockers. That'll give me this piece up in here, and then I can do something back in here, fix this, just patch in some metal or something, and then get the cab corner on. This is part of the cab corner down here, and it wraps around. Anyway, that's what we're looking at right now. All right, guys, so it is the next day, and been thinking about this thing last night, today. Can't find just this piece, like from the seam on up in there. So the only way really to replace that is to get the whole rocker. Everything I got down underneath there, and really the bottom of this one isn't too bad. It's just more surface rust looking kind of stuff. What I'm thinking about doing is, one, if you get, where's the cab corner at? If you get the cab corner, I mean, obviously this needs cleaned up. Get all that foamy crud out of there. But you get the cab corner, and I'm trying to do this here while holding the camera. You know, you get the cab corner up in here, and I don't think that's exactly where it's supposed to. Get the cab corner up in there. Okay, one, all that stuff's going to be covered up, or most of it, except for a little spot right there. I'm not sure how good you can see, but most of it's going to be covered up. We're not building a show truck here, guys. Trying to do this on the cheap, like a lot of you might be trying to do. I mean, if you want to do a full restoration, yeah, you would cut out all the rockers, you'd put all new metal in and everything. But I mean, this up in here, everything is sound. That up in there just needs sanded down. This back here, I could actually cut this lip off and then cut it off of here, or even up here, and just lay over the top of that, or just weld it right into that. I think I might be able to fix that. I mean, this up in here really is good. This is the part that, I don't know. I mean, this was all full of foam anyway. Heck, it still is full of foam. Get that pulled out of there. I could pound that in or something and weld that all together. The other side is pretty much exactly the same, and I'm kind of thinking maybe that's what I'll do, because I tell you, once you start spending a couple $100 replacing this, and then you're going to end up, you start digging yourself in a hole. 200 here, 200 there, 500 there, and before long you're into it, getting into it pretty deep. But I do honestly think I could fix this up. It's gonna take a little bit of work, more than I really wanted to do on that, but not all that bad, and it would last. Honestly, it would last quite a while. It would, you know, if it eventually would totally rot out, okay, fix that little part again. I don't know. Tell me what you think down in the. I really want to get these cab corners done, and other than that, it's just kind of surface rust, needs sanded down, and then be done with that. My next thought was to move on to the frame, needle scale that, get it all cleaned up and looking nice. Like I said, we're not going to build a show truck, but it is going to look. It's going to look darn good when all's said and done. I hate to cover stuff up like that. I think if I was to try to I'm going to step in front of my light, but to patch this up, I think I could patch it up okay, and then just OSPO the snot out of it. Maybe even undercoat it and just do everything that I possibly can, and get it put together and just be done with it. You know, the doors I have sitting outside, get to work on them, get them all sanded down and ready for primer, which I thought I had some primer around here, but I have the primer, I don't have the hardener, and I think I may have used that when I primered the Broncos. So I think I have enough primer, I just need the hardener for it. So it didn't get quite as far on this as I had hoped. I'd hoped to at least get one of the cab corners totally replaced. Didn't realize I had as much of a problem down here as I do. I think I can fix it. I mean, I think I could I think I could fix it. I know I could. Anyway, guys, that's where I stand on the F350 crew cab. And there'll be some kind of work done on it here shortly, getting it all fixed up one way or another. May have to wait for parts if I order parts, but we'll get her done. So if you would, give this video a big old thumbs up, comments go down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.